I just think Tyson does what Tyson wants to do, and you can never. He's not predictable, so you're never sure what he's going to do. And is he playing mind games? We don't know. Is he trying to? I don't know. Even I don't know. But he just does what he does.
Joe, last time we saw you, you was on the cusp of another massive win, and miles more importantly, you was racing home to finally be there for the birth of a child, having missed a fair few others. Tell us how it went, mate. You look like a very happy dad.
Yeah, we got that nice win here in Saudi Arabia. 3 wins in a row now here. And then I rushed home and spent some time with the family. Then I was able to be there for my wife and with her when we had our son. First boy. We have 4 girls and now we've had a son, and I was able to be there and just experience what fathers do go through when they're in the hospital. And it was good. And I've been spending a lot of quality time with the family. Got George Lockhart, flew down to New Zealand, training me and doing all my nutrition. And so I've been building away and just waiting for the opportunity to come for the next fight.
When we spoke to you in the build-up, you said because this was the first birth, you was going to be properly in the room. You usually have your gloves on. You wasn't sure what you was going to do for cutting the cord, but all went smooth.
All went smooth, and it was it was a special moment to be there. I wish I was there for all of them, but I was obviously training and fighting around the world. It was nice to be there for one.
And I know you're just from the videos that you do, you're an incredibly imaginative man. So what did you call the little fella?
Joseph.
You've been hanging around with Tyson for too long.
Yeah, I know. The Travellers do name their first sons after them, or one of their sons after them. But I just felt like it was a good name.
And the amount of time that you do have to dedicate to your craft being away. The great thing for little Joseph now is he's not just got mum; he's got 5 mums because the 4 girls looking after him.
4 older girls and mum, and she does. Listen, my wife does a great job, and other fighters who go through the same thing, leaving home and training elsewhere, they'll all know and they'll say the same thing about their wives, that the wives are what makes it all easier than when they're looking after the kids back home and keeping the house in order.
Looking back on that fight with Zhang, he seems to me like the most dangerous heavyweight in the world for 3 rounds, and then maybe his size and his weight and his age catches up to him, and dropped twice. It wasn't looking great.
Yeah.
You never panicked. I saw you look over to Andy. I saw you regain everything. When you watched it back, what do you think happened? Was it just a slow start, or is he just such a threat early on?
In the beginning, like you said, he's very dangerous, and he can get you in a lot of trouble in the beginning if you're not careful, and if you're not following your plan. And I guess when he caught me in the beginning, I just had to. That's when you have to really dig deep, and you have to really, I use the word focus, but you have to really focus on keeping to the game plan and staying switched on, and there's a few things I did in that fight where we're going to work on, but ultimately getting the win over Zhang was massive. That's 2 big wins in a row, and I'm excited for what's next.
I spoke to Zhilei a couple of weeks ago ahead of the 5v5, and he was a little bit embarrassed, and I don't know if you know, but after one of the knockdowns, he went back to the corner and did a little dance.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see
that? Yeah.
In the fight, did you see that?
Yeah. No, not in the fight, but I watched on the replay.
Yeah.
And the commentary were saying he was celebrating like he already finished the fight. I think he celebrated too early. Because he is a tough man, but I wasn't going anywhere, and I felt like we had a good game plan, and when he did fade. Yeah. I didn't think he was going to fade that early, but he did fade, and I was able to. My pace was still the same, and I just had to be real careful in there. I wanted to pick up the pace, but I didn't want to get knocked down again or get caught. And he's a very good counter puncher or counter attack when you're trying to attack and when you're in range.
We know that Turki Al-Sheikh loves heavyweights. We can see from the legends that he's got here just across the Mandarin, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. With the form that you're on, you must be his favourite fighter, because I know he loves Mark Chamberlain, but what you've done since you've been here, Joe, with Wilder and Zhang, 2 guys that nobody has wanted to fight, he must be your number 1 fan, mate. And you must be getting basically told, who do you want, Joe?
No.
No, still not.
No. Listen, I beat these 2 guys, and it's been great wins. But for me, it's just being patient and waiting for what's to come. Still can't dictate who you want to fight or where you want to fight. You just got to wait patiently and see what's going to be presented to you.
Listen, I've got to ask you about this fight that we're here for, and no one really knows Tyson as well as you do in terms of training and being taken into his sort of group quite late on. When I look at the guys like Isaac Lowe, he's been there from day one, and he's got a real loyalty to guys in his camp. James Harrington, Timmy Alcock, and other than that, it's family. So I always think you must be so respected in that camp. And I just, when I saw Tyson engage on the stage yesterday and not go eye to eye with Oleksandr Usyk, it really surprised me, because he's the master of mind games. I watched him tower over Wilder. I watched him do crazy things around Klitschko. It threw me. It really threw me. What did you think when you saw that?
I just think Tyson does what Tyson wants to do, and he's not predictable, so you're never sure what he's going to do. And is he playing mind games? We don't know. Is he trying to? I don't know. I don't know. But he just does what he does. And Tyson's always, I think he's more. It's like he looks very confident. I know both guys, all the fighters, when they come to fight, they're confident and they've had a great camp. But he looks, it's a different Tyson, like more quietly confident than the usual. He is loud at times.
Yeah.
But he just, I feel like he's in great shape. Like he says to me he feels great, and I'm sure the whole team, everyone in the team and the camp has been doing great work with him, and he looks ready.
I guess maybe I'm making myself look stupid, because if he'd have been erratic and over the top, I might have been saying, he looked like nervous energy, and then suddenly he's quite languid and relaxed, and suddenly, that's fear or a different type of nerve.
I think my take on it is, I'm always relaxed when it comes to fight time, and that's because all the work's been done, and he has put in the work. I'm not saying Usyk hasn't put in the work. He's also put in the work too, and he's very crafty in there. I think this is going to be the toughest challenge of Tyson's career, because of what Usyk presents and what he's capable of doing in the ring, and what we've seen.
As his friend, give me the first 2 rounds what you would like to see him do. Would you? And you know what Usyk does, and obviously people have to adapt and adjust. Would you like to see him walk out there and put pressure on him and impose his size and strength? Would you like to see him take a couple of easy rounds to let Usyk do his work and read Usyk? What would you want him to do?
I would like him to go out and, for me as a friend, I'd like him to go out and use his height and his reach, and not so much chase him down, but smart pressure. And while doing that, reading him at the same time, because Usyk is, as well as Tyson, they both sort of read you for the rounds and sort of see what you're doing, and then they sort of switch it on. So I just want him to go out there and I would like to see him, be the big man and put Usyk on the back foot and let him waste all the energy. But Usyk, again, even though, say Joshua put the pressure on, he was able to just keep it up for the 12 rounds. The constant movement in and out and side to side. So he's, he knows what to do.
Wonderful, mate. Listen, and every time you get thrown a challenge in Saudi Arabia and in a delivery room above, you handle it. So I'm going to give you one here.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what's wrong with this glove, but what's right with this fighter. He's from your neck of the woods.
Who's Jay? I know Opataya.
Yeah.
Is that his brother, Jay? Or?
It might be, yeah. It might be a lookalike.
So, Jai is spelt J-A-I.
It sure is.
But this is Jay.
But when you see him in the ring, the real Jai, there's no confusing him. I tell you what I find fascinating about him at the minute, and I appreciate he's an Australian, you're a proud New Zealander, and I'm not just throwing you all in a group together.
But we're Samoans.
You're Samoans. And I think maybe because we've seen too many movies or watched Moana, or I don't know why, but we see you guys and you think you come from a paradise place and you're happy and your music's so upbeat. Jai, I think, is a scary man.
Yeah.
Do you get that vibe?
Yeah, I do get the vibe. Like, he's always ready. Even when you're not, it's not time for you to be ready, he's ready. And he's got a lot to prove. Like, he wants to prove to everyone that he's going to be great. And he's got the potential to be an excellent fighter. From that last fight he had with Breedis, he's had 2 good knockouts since then, Thompson and Zorro. And now he's going into this fight again. Breedis hasn't had a fight since that loss to Jai. So this is an interesting matchup, because they've had the first fight. Jai broke his jaw in 2 places, and now we're just going to see where both fighters are at. But I feel like Jai's on the up, and he's progressed very well, and he's showing great form. And he's also very good with his footwork, in and out, and powerful.
And he's also, he's not a young fighter. I think he's sort of mid-20s, maybe 28, but he's not sort of a huge name or a superstar yet. So sometimes fighters do so much talking and trash talk, or they try to gimmick themselves. I see him do interviews, sometimes it's a 2-word answer.
Yeah, he's very serious about his work and his craft, and there's no real mucking around. There's no real joking around or laughter, you know. But he's very serious, and I guess he's got things that he wants to achieve, and he's just chasing them as hard as he can. Is
he a bit unusual for a Samoan? Because whenever I see you and your family, everyone seems to be having a great laugh.
Yeah.
Your ring walks are always a spectacular event to see everyone. Is he quite a rarity, or is your family just maybe more happy and
no, there are Samoans. They're very serious.
The warriors, yeah.
Warriors, and he's. I think he just wants to prove how good he is. You know, he knows how good he is, and he wants to prove it to the world. And this is the perfect time for him. He's on the biggest card. He's the main undercard fight, and it's time for him to put on what he thinks of himself and to put it on display.
Very finely from me, and I must thank DAZN for giving us this time after my cameraman made us late. I was coming over here desperate to hear that, like me, you're a lifelong, dedicated, hardcore Office fan after your magnificent viral video.
I love The Office.
Thank God.
I love it. Honestly, I could watch it again tomorrow.
When I saw the clip, I've had friends from all over my life, friends I haven't spoken to for years, friends who don't even know who you are as a boxer, sending it to me, and I couldn't believe how quickly you got that done. It looked to me like you might have had 2 days worth of filming.
No, it's fun. It's fun learning, lip syncing and learning the guitar and learning what he's singing. And I've never seen The Office, but my friend Kerry Russell is the magic man behind all these videos and ideas. And whatever he says, I do. So thank you, Kerry.
So you've got Andy Lee in one corner and you've got
Andy
Kerry
Lee,
you're not doing
Andy
that.
Lee, boxing trainer, Kerry, you got George Lockhart, you got heaps of people. No, actually it's not. It's a small group.
And Mrs. Parker at home looking after
Mrs. Parker at home looking after 5 kids, more on the way.
You've got the easy job.
To be honest, boxing is the easy job.
Yeah.
I train, eat, sleep, massage, rest, go to the spa pool.
Yeah, bit of singing.
Yeah,
bit
jump in a cold pool. Life is good.
Yeah. Well, you've earned it, mate. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you.